Welcome back, and we have good news for HIV patients here in the territory. T. Roy Augustin reports as the meds are back.
Everyone knows the crisis when it comes to money, but some people forget that health is one of the main issues. And today I'm here with Dr. Ron Gordon of Doctor's Choice Pharmacy here in Plaza Extra. And there was a crisis going on about some medicine very much needed in the community. And I'm going to let them tell you more about that situation and how they fixed the problem.
Right, we're one of the distributors for HIV meds on the islands. There are two pharmacies, both here in St. Croix and Doctor's Choice Pharmacy at Wheatley Center on St. Thomas. And back in December, there was a shortage of cash, basically, that prohibited our two pharmacies from having an adequate supply of HIV meds. And since that time, we've been waiting for the drugs to come in, and the VI government has been working on the problem to resolve it, and apparently they've just been successful in doing that, because last night we were able to get our first shipment in stock, which means that patients can come now and get their medications, which is actually very good news. What caused the problem? That's another story, and I don't understand all the details of how that program is managed, but I know it's something that has been reworked and is now coming under different management, and hopefully this will be something that doesn't happen again in the future, and we can continue to provide the drugs reliably, for patients who need them here. So we just encourage people to come back and get their prescriptions refilled, and we'll do as much as we can to make sure the drugs are in stock and stay in touch with the people who are ordering those drugs so that people won't run out.
Could you give us a basis of how much percentage of the people that might be affected on this island, how important it is that they do get their meds?
Yeah, that's a hard number to come up with. I think a lot of people probably have HIV that don't know it. And there's really been a campaign to try to push for identifying patients to make sure that everybody who has HIV is getting treatment, or at least counseling until their treatment is warranted. Because, not everybody that has HIV needs to be on drug therapy, but everybody needs to be monitored in the, just in the event that their clinical status warrants drug therapy. And I would estimate just, it's probably around 10%, but it could even be higher than that, because statistically, it's well known that the Caribbean is one of the hotbeds, as it's been described, for HIV infection, for the world. It's only second to South Africa.
Some people don't like to listen to elders and parents and whatnot. So could you tell the community from a doctor's perspective, what is the best way to keep yourself safe from HIV?
Well, of course, the best way is to use common sense, and not expose yourself to blood or body fluids if ever you can avoid it. You've got to make arrangements to take precautions to avoid any kind of exposure to blood and body fluids. And sometimes that affects you on your job. More times than not, it affects you in your private life. So it's a matter of common sense. And then when there is a risk, don't just ignore it and act like it didn't happen. Go ahead and take action, talk to appropriate people, get tested. I think some people are afraid to be tested, but what they don't know is that now there are very fast-acting tests that will tell you within 20 minutes if you're at risk for having HIV. There's saliva tests in addition to blood tests, and so you can have assurance that you're not carrying the virus, which is good.
You heard it yourself. Don't take it lightly. Health is a very much needed concern in the community. Not just money, but your own personal health. Get yourself checked. Take the right precautions. Like the doctor said, common sense is the best way to do it. Reporting here in the Science Farm Shopping Center at the Plaza Extra with Dr. Ron Gordon. I'm T. Roy. Finish Channel 8.
Turning to Central High School, where recently a child was accosted in the bathroom. The disgruntled parent has now come forward to News Channel 8, and Wes Small was there with this exclusive interview with the disgruntled parent.
More problems in public schools here on St. Croix, especially when it comes to behavior. Central High School, this time I'm here with a disgruntled parent, and let's take us back. Your daughter apparently was attacked in school. Take us back. When did this happen?
It happens on Tuesday morning. at the gym, Central High Gym.
And tell us what happened then.
Well, I came out of work in the morning and she gave me a call after about 9:20 in the morning and told me that somebody to come and pick her up because a bunch of girls had jumped her. When I got to the school, apparently no one knew about it. I said, well, where is my child? They said, what are you talking about? So I said, I need to look for my child. A bunch of girls jumped my daughter. I need to see my daughter. I went to where the medical is, the nurse. They didn't know anything. I spoke to the principals, and once they find my daughter, then I explained to them. My daughter told them that a bunch of girls had jumped her in the gym, in the ladies' rooms when she went to change. Apparently, I told them to call the police to press charges because it could happen to anybody. I'm lucky to have my daughter alive.
Now we're seeing some pictures here that we've taken from your cell phone. We also understand some disturbing news. First of all, why did this attack happen on your daughter? What explanations were given?
Apparently, what is being told to me, it was that the envy of my daughter, because my daughter does not get herself into no kind of problem. She studies, she's a good student, and these girls is just troublemakers. They couldn't go on one-on-one. They had to bring more girls to come and hit my daughter.
Your daughter ever been in trouble before?
No, she has not.
So they just jumped your daughter because they're jealous of her because she does well in school. And also we're looking at some pictures of her. You do intend, you're going to have a meeting with the officials at Central today, so we don't want to jeopardize that. And then perhaps you'll get to us later on. But there's a message that you want to tell parents out there today.
Yes, I would like to encourage that all the parents let the kids know, do not go in any bathroom by themselves. Make sure that there's an adult. If their kids get into any kind of situation, to try to get help. Because apparently these group of girls never went to get help for my daughter.
Now you're telling me this was a planned attack as well, because this was put on YouTube. This was actually taken from a cell phone. This attack was videotaped.
That's correct. While they was beating on my girl, they were videotaping. There were several girls videotaping this fight. You know, I encourage that this to stop. It could happen to anybody's child, and I'm going to put a stop to it. I'm going to try, but I need everybody, the community, to support me in this case.
All right. Well, News Channel 8 will be following the story, and we urge you to come back and tell us after you've had the meeting with the police department. Chief Benta has been really thorough in these affairs, so after you meet with him and his staff, also Charles Orange, he is, Sergeant Orange is in charge of the supervisory support network for the youth, for the schools. So we'll all be in touch with these people, and then you'll come back and tell us what happened. And of course, we hope that your daughter's injuries get taken care of and that she feels better. And we hope this matter gets taken care of.
Thank you very much.
All right. Here we are, disgruntled parent. Her daughter was attacked earlier in the week at Central High School. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And when we come back from this break, more news. Stay with us on News Channel 8.